I got all nines in my GCSEs and it was not easy. I knew I wanted to get all nines since year 10, but I was distracted and I didn't even know how to revise. I lived like this for months and I became extremely frustrated with my life. I had no one to tell me what to do to get all nines and hold my hand along the way. I had to go through the pain of every single one of those nines on my own, doing everything I was told online and doing all my own research and stuff. And it wasted so much time. So, what I'm going to give you is the simplest and most effective method to get all nines in 3 weeks without wasting as much time as I did, without going through as much pain as I did. I want you to get all nines. Every single person watching this video, I want to get all nines because it is not that complicated. Every single thing out there, all the stuff online, all the things online, they all overcomplicate it with 1,000 different things that they give you to do. But I'm going to give you the exact method, the most effective method of every single thing you need and not anything else, not all the extra rubbish which they give you to do to get all nines in 3 weeks. Your exams are in 3 weeks, or you're watching this next year, but it still applies to you. So, first thing I had to realize, the most painful thing I had to realize, which you might still have not realized yet, and it's that no one is coming to save you. It sounds harsh, but this is the truth. You want to get all nines, but no miracle is gonna come and save you. It doesn't. It's an ugly truth which 99% of people don't want to hear, but it's what 99% of people in my year ended up having to accept. Everyone wanted all nines. Every person who had high aspirations, high ambitions, wanted all nines, but they did not get it. And it is because they believed that at some point something was going to happen which would make them at some point see, all of this was unknown to them. They just imagined it would happen. At some point they would lock in and get all nines. This did not happen. You have to realize that that time, that version of you who gets all nines has to be you now. You have to save yourself now. You have to become that person now who is willing to do everything in their capability, in their ability to get all nines right now. You need to realize the results which you will get are dependent on your actions and nothing else. Forget about luck. Forget about guessing the questions. Some people did that. Some people did well from that. But it is not something sustainable. It's not something you can depend on. It's not useful enough. It's not effective enough. It's kind of like gambling, right? You're taking a risk. That's not a risk you should take. You can guess if you want to. It's not something you should depend on, though. You want to depend almost fully on your own work, on the work you put in, on the revision you've done, and only then can you imagine that you can get all nines. Can you be confident enough that you will get all nines? By the end of this, you will become confident that you can get all nines because you will realize how much work you have put in. In the 3 weeks coming up, you have no reason to be doing anything else if you want all nines. If you really want all nines, you have no reason to be distracted by anything else. You have to be putting everything into this. Take responsibility for your grades. You have to deserve the grades that you want to achieve them. You have to deserve the nines you want to achieve them. Imagine the person who gets all nines. They are someone who deserves it, and by that implies that they have gone through so much pain, done so much work, that they deserve all nines. This is what I had to do, but in actuality, you will still have to go through pain, you will still have to go through work, but not as much as I did. I spent 2 months of waking up early every single day at 4 or 5 o'clock and doing work, spending every single hour of free time I had for 2 months to do this. But I have refined this for this video to be the most simple and effective method, which I'm going to give to you. Now, I gave you the first thing I realized I had to learn. The second thing I had to realize and learn is, if we forget about, how you're feeling on that day, on the day of the exam, how every external factor, the only thing which matters in your exams is your mind, what you remember, what you have memorized. Every single thing you're going to write down in the exam is coming from your mind, is coming from your memory. So that simplifies, that realization helped me because it simplified what I had to do. It made it extremely obvious to me what I had to do. It was to be ready to memorize every single thing I was going to need to write down. And that this doesn't mean cheating, this means me having memorized the entire curriculum and me having to memorize exactly how to put that into exam style questions, into using exam technique and putting that content into the question, into the essay, for example. And what this means is, well, something you should know is that you can memorize the entire curriculum, all the content, and still not get nines, and that is because of one thing, and that is exam technique. The exams, the questions you are given, they don't just ask for content. They don't ask, what is that, what is this, because otherwise that would be easy. They ask questions like, describe this, interpret this, explain why. Things that you can't be brain dead in the exams. You have to actually use your brain, read the question, understand what it wants from you, and then use the content that you know and get it down into the words which get you marks. And all this is part of your memory, right? These two things. And currently we're at a stage where, so basically I said I spent 2 months or something, 2 or 3 months basically doing so much work to get all nines. Most of that work was me making thousands of flashcards and doing hundreds of flashcards per day. Now, no doubt this was useful, this is helpful, but all of this is for the goal. All the flashcards will do is help you towards memorizing content. And I did specialize my flashcards for memorizing exam technique as well, but that's something separate. We can do work on something differently. But what you need to realize is you have 3 weeks left, so you will not have time to cover every single bit of content unless we do this in the quickest and most effective way possible. And that means, so the aim here, what we're trying to do in these 3 weeks is actively recall information so it stays in our brain. And this is what you should know is there's things called passive recall and active recall. Active recall means your brain is actively trying to remember it. You're being tested to remember it, and this is kind of like training your memory. This is way better than passive recall or passive revision, which is you just reading, you just highlighting notes. That's useless because you're not training your memory. If you train your memory to remember content, you will remember that content. And what we're trying to do is cover all the content which will come up in 3 weeks. This is extremely difficult. This is not, this is a big task, right? And what you need to realize is you actually know some of the content. You're not doing this from scratch. You've learned everything. You've done everything. The only thing left for you to do is to revise it. Now, how do you do this? I would say if you can, or if you have used flashcards, if you have made flashcards, use them. If you can access some sort of online flashcard, use those, or any other online website or resources out there. Stuff like Seneca, Quizlet, you must have heard some of them by now. And if not, some of the school resources you've been given, hopefully, just have the entire curriculum, and all you've been left to do is to revise it. So here's all this content, and we're trying to get it into our head. We can use flashcards, Quizlet, things like this. But there is one exam technique which stands so much higher than any other exam technique, and that is past papers and past paper questions. Every single person online talks about this. If you have any doubts about doing past papers, forget about it now, because every second, the more time you are doing past papers and past paper questions is the most effective way to get to all nines. It's the most directly correlating metric to show how well you will do in your exams. Now, every single person online, everyone I talk to who's gotten a 9 in any subject, they have done past papers. They have done timed past papers, so they practice their timing, they practice their speed, and they practice the pressure. They are prepared. They have gone through the pressure of doing a timed past paper in their own time, so they have practiced and they are ready for the pressure they will go through when they're doing their actual GCSEs, when the actual exam comes up. I have done myself maybe 50 past papers, something like that, some crazy number like that. 50 past papers. This might sound crazy to you, but essentially this plan is to improve as much as you can in any subject you are. Currently you're at, let's say, grade 6. In 3 weeks we want you to get to grade 9. How are we going to do that? We're going to use past papers, and specifically we're going to do past paper questions on things you do bad in, things you do worse in. So let's say geography. In geography you might consistently only get 5 marks in your 9 mark essays. We are going to do everything we can to get you to that 9, and you are on your own journey here. I'm just giving you information, but you are on your own journey. So some of this might include you online spending hours finding out how to improve, how to get 9 marks in that 9 mark question, how to get 12 marks in a 12 mark essay in history. These are 2 examples of things I actually had to do. I had to spend hours with, researching these online. But this is the painful process you will have to go through, but it is the best thing you can do, the most effective thing you can do, and it is going to have the most direct output for your results, the most direct output in increasing your marks, increasing your grades. So essentially these 3 weeks is going to be focused on being prepared and improving. So past papers are going to be helpful because you do active recall in past papers. You're actively trying to recall information, and you're going to be putting that into exam and then marking it. You have to mark it and correct it and then improve. I'm getting a bit breathless, but you have to improve on every single place you lose a single mark. This is the most autistic, but the most effective way you can improve. You have to be the kind of person who wants all 9 so much that you will not leave a single mark on the table. You have to be so obsessed with trying to get every single mark you can in your exams that you are literally autistically spending 4 hours doing research on how to improve in one specific type of question. That's the kind of thing I had to do. That's the kind of thing you might have to do for your GCSEs, for improving from, let's say, grade 6, grade 5 level to a grade 9. You have to be hungry for it. You have to be so fucking obsessed with getting all 9s that you will do anything to improve, to get more marks. Another benefit of past papers is it tells us where we are now. So if you do a past paper and you get 7 or 6 or 5 even, and you realize you need to improve, that's still helpful because you realize you need to improve, and you can realize what you need to improve on by doing that past paper. So essentially in this 3-week period you are going to be doing as many past papers as possible, as many past paper questions as possible, and improving as much as possible. For every question you do, for every question you get wrong, I want you to improve on it. And if you do this for every single question, if you do, like, 3 papers a day, 4 papers a day, something crazy like that, you will improve. You will get so close to a 9 for every subject, and you might even actually get all 9s. This is the goal. This is what I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now how you can do it. All that's left for you is for you to go and do it. I've just explained everything you need, the exact mindset, the exact kind of goal you want, the exact kind of frame of mind that you will have trying to get all 9s. And you need to understand this is going to be maybe the hardest thing you do in your whole life. I don't know you, but for me, as someone who hadn't done many great things in my life, I had at most a few achievements, I guess doing well in maths a few times. But other than that, my greatest achievement as of now is only getting the best grades in my school for my year, getting 7 9s and 2 8s, which were the best results for last year's results day for GCSEs. And this is something you can do. You can literally change your sort of fate, I guess. You can get all 9s. You can do it. I've explained to you right now, and hopefully if you're the person right now feeling kind of hyped up because you finally realize what you need to do to get all 9s, if you still don't get it, it's you improving from wherever you are now to all 9s, and doing past papers will get you there. Doing past paper questions, anything really to do with past paper questions, or just doing full past papers will get you there. This is the most effective thing you can do to get all 9s. It's the only thing you need to do because it has the most direct result in you improving. So, last thing you need to know is that this will be hard. You will be sat there thinking, I don't want to do a past paper. I just want to scroll on my phone. And then you pick up your phone and then you start scrolling away for 2 hours. I went through that. I've done that before. I've done it too many times to count when trying to get all 9s in GCSEs. You have to move past that. You have to push through the pain of doing past papers of the work I'm giving you right now, because it will change your results. On results day, we will see who did well and who failed, who conquered their GCSEs and who was squashed by it. We will see who dominated those exams and who fell from it. That is what results day will show you. All of this is pushing you to getting those 9s on results day. It's just 3 weeks. It's just 3 weeks of pain every single day. That's actually good. That's actually a good thing if you think about it. You want to get all 9s in every subject that you're doing. You only need 3 weeks. Isn't that absurd? Hopefully in your mind you're realizing, okay, this is actually something achievable. And not only that, it's simple and easy, because at least you're not doing it for, I don't know, 10 weeks, 6 weeks, something more, anything more would be worse. Right now, all I'm giving you is 3 weeks of painful work every single day, doing as many past papers as you can. And if you do, let's say, 3 or 4 past papers a day, and 3 weeks, 21 days, if you do 3 papers a day, 63 papers you've done. Do you know how mad that is? 63 papers. That's more than I've done for my GCSEs, I think. And you will do that in 3 weeks and improve from it. Hopefully, you're getting hyped up right now, thinking, okay, now I know what to do. Now I'm ready. The only thing now for me to prepare you is, like I said, the pain, the difficulty of this. I'm pushing this last part so much because you will not be ready for it until it hits you like a truck. The pain of when, for example, you're going to be sat there doing a past paper, you're going to get to question 10 of your biology paper 2 or something, and you're going to be thinking to yourself, God, I don't want to do this 6 marker now. I've just done all this. I don't want to do a 6 marker now, a whole 6 marker. Or you'll get to the last part of your Anglo-Saxons paper in history or something, or your geography paper, and you'll be thinking, I don't want to do this 16 marker now. I don't want to be doing this 9 mark essay right now. Push through the pain. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it, and you will achieve so much more than you thought you ever could. I swear by this right now. You will achieve so much more than you think you could if you just push through the pain for every step of the way. If you don't put yourself down for failing. Don't criticize yourself. Don't get depressed or anything. It's okay if you fail. Focus on the step you're on now. Forget about past failure where you didn't do well or you didn't perform as well as you wanted to. Focus on the step you're on now, and that is taking action now. Forget about failing in previous times when you failed to take action. Focus on taking action now. Don't focus on action in the future, the difficult, 10 papers you're going to do later. Think about what you're going to do now. You might have heard the 63 papers and gotten kind of nervous. It's a step-by-step process. I'm not asking you to do 63 papers in one. I'm giving you 21 days. 21 days, 24 hours. That's, okay, not 24 hours. Assume you have 12 hours of usable, no, not even 12. Assume you have 6 hours of usable time in a day, given that you have school, for every single day of 21 days. 6 times 21, 126 hours. In 126 hours, you can easily fit 63 papers. That's not even hard. You just have to be focused, not get distracted, and spend every second you have of your assuming 3-6 hours to do past papers. And you might be thinking, I don't have 6 hours a day. Then make time for it. Remove the distractions. Forget about TV, games, any other distractions you have. There's some social event, all that rubbish. If you really want all nines, you will sacrifice those things. You will make the time. You will put in the work. You will get those nines just because you wanted it bad enough. I've talked for a lot in this video. Thank you for watching. I want every single person who is watching this video to get all nines in your GCSEs.